I got a little thing going. I got a little show in my head called Co11oquium I'm starting. And that's what this is called, at least.
Colloquium. What does colloquium mean?
23.
Yeah. Dream conquerors making art that quenches every longing thirst.
An academic conference or seminar.
An academic conference
Or seminar.
or seminar. Yeah, I go first. I'm here for a good time. Not long, but the long run always works. A few perks. Living my dream is happening right now.
I like everything that Miles ever played.
We'll be like, what the hell is 22, 23? Because that's not a year we're anywhere close to.
Yeah.
And
I don't really know what it is either.
it doesn't even, like, when you pronounce it, it's not like 2,223.
No.
It's 22, 23.
Yeah.
Was it the age? Was it when you were 22 and 23? And a lot of pivotal things. Can we even cross here?
Yeah, we can.
We should have kept going. Let's go. Let's keep going this way.
I think this is illegal. I think, like, no, because there's like moments of the project where I'm like 21 and 20, but
Oh.
it was kind of like age related.
I'm sorry.
It was kind of like age related at first.
At first. And now?
And because so much of the project revolved around things that happened in my 20s. I'm still 20 though.
Right.
But like my younger 20s.
Mm.
But then I went to go see this movie called 2046 by Wong Kar-wai.
Okay.
And that movie was about this like film writer who's writing the story that takes place in the future,
Right.
about like a love interest. And then this idea of the future and putting it in the context of like a year felt like, yo. And then 22, 23 was like, yeah, I was also these ages. So it was just like, you know what? I don't know what it means, but it could take on so many different things.
It was like a mix of different influences put
Yeah,
together.
like if you look up, people like looking up angel numbers. Like,
right.
if you look up the angel number meaning for that,
Or 222, it means
it like fits. With the I was just like, you know what?
It's all of this.
It's all working. So it is all of this. Because I wanted it to feel like memories and time related. Because it's so related to time and memories. And
almost stepped in shit.
yeah.
So is there one or two memories that really stick out that you feel as if were catalysts, or that you were recording the album and you were like, oh, this is what this feels right. Like this is gonna be turned into a project. This is gonna be a full album.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize until like 2 years into working on music that's on the project now that I was making a project. But I think I was in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and I think being in the hospital and being very like intimate with like death was like a huge catalyst for like, oh, I knew after I got out the hospital that like
22, 23.
this project's story ends here. So like me almost dying was kind of like
The end of that.
and yeah, and so that was an important catalyst to like finish the project, something to like begin it or allow me to see that, oh, this is the beginning of something. Honestly, like there was no, like it just was happening.
Right.
I was just feeling things, and I was just recording music to express that as like as life went on and things were changing around me in life. It started in COVID. Like I graduated in 2020.
Right.
Didn't have a graduation, was back at home alone, and I just felt sad. I felt sad that like things were ending.
Right.
There were people that I wasn't gonna see again. Not that I like missed them really, but like I wasn't gonna see them again. So
Yeah.
it means something has ended. So what comes next? And so I was reminiscing or grieving,
In that unknown, in your curiosity.
and I was navigating my feelings throughout that whole project, which is why it's a bunch of memories. It's just nostalgia.
Mm.
But yeah, I think the biggest catalyst was like knowing when the project was gonna end. I don't know. I didn't even know when it began.
Right. That's interesting, because a lot of people in their projects, they're like, I know when it started,
Yeah.
but like it was hard for me to stop working on it and then leave it alone. I mean, I know you're still working on it,
Yeah.
but
Now, but like recording wise or telling
Yeah.
the story wise, that's finished. Like,
Yeah.
I knew I knew because something about almost dying was like, I can't keep living in this space. The space of this project. Yo, you about to whoop his ass.
You had a dog fight.
But it was like, I can't keep living in this space of this project. Not that the space is bad, but it's, I just outgrew it. And me almost dying was like, you know what? I think things need to change. I realized a lot.
Do you mind sharing how?
How what?
You almost died?
Yeah, I don't mind sharing it. I had sepsis. For people who don't know what sepsis is like a blood infection.
Oh my.
And so,
Damn.
yeah. So in
Maybe
blood
we can cut through.
over here.
Yeah, let's cut through.
Oh yeah, because the car's over there.
Perfect. Oh yeah. Sick.
We're literally here.
Time check.
4:28.
Cool.
Former President George H.W. Bush remains hospitalized in Houston with sepsis.
He's still in intensive care, but is awake. He's alert and he's talking. The former president got sick just a day after the funeral of his wife, Barbara Bush. A spokesman says he's responding to treatments and appears to be recovering from the infection.
Yo, sit on these stones. Sit on these stones real quick. Tell the story real quick.
Yeah, like sepsis is like a blood infection. And so, let me put my jacket here. And like the blood infection went to like my liver and my liver failed.
Damn.
Yeah, it was super scary. I had like jaundice, which is like yellow skin, which is a sign of your liver failing.
Oh my. That's actually terrifying.
It was super scary, but it wasn't scary in the moment. Like because I spent every night at the hospital like super alone. I'm just like staring at all these dogs, and but it felt like I was at peace. I didn't know, like nurses would come up to me like, you know, they would draw blood every 4 or 5 hours, but they'd be like, yo, you know, just pray to God. And I remember being like,
yo,
like, oh shit, I might die, or I don't know if I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But I felt like in the moment at peace. I mean, everything that happened afterwards, like then I had time to process. Then I was like, oh fuck, this fucked me up. But in the moment, it was super important, and I made one of the last songs on the project in that hospital where, like, I wrote it, and yeah, I just knew with time, but like something felt like things have to change in my life in this moment, and the project was just documenting my life, so it documented that as well. Yeah. I didn't even plan. Obviously I didn't plan on like being in the hospital and almost dying, but like it documented that. But for a reason, it feels like. I don't know what the reason is yet. Time will reveal it more to me.
It's why you were able to put those emotions out, or at least get them out of your head.
Yeah, I think music is, for me, is just like doing that. It's literally a mirror.
A mirror of you looking at your emotions, your yourself, your creativity, all of it, you.
Yeah, I think it's like a subconscious mirror. Like sometimes I'm not realizing what I'm actually like looking for, but I know I'm looking for something. That's why it's called documentation. It's like I know I'm searching for something.
Right.
Sometimes it feels like I'm searching for something external through the music, approval, validation, whatever. But then it reveals something internal, which is why I call it the mirror, because it starts revealing like things about outside and inside, but how they're all relative to like me.
Yeah.
And like I look back at some of my projects, they're cringy, you could say, but that's just my experience with myself that I'm still working on. But like there's like some Scooby snacks where I'll pick up on a clue where I said on a song like, yeah, when my brother passed away, I'm never gonna let anything else fall out of my hands again. And I listen back, I'm like, oh my God, I'm scared of like losing things. And I'm only realizing that 5 years later now, but I documented it
in your music,
in my music. So it's just like journaling.
It's like,
for me. So it is to process emotions without sometimes even realizing it. But now it's become more intentional as I've understood myself and the art I make a little bit more.
Intentional as in you're searching for answers by using your music as like a magnifying glass almost, or what is those things in science? A telescope?
I think intentional in terms of like I'm sharing this with other humans. So like let me be intentional about what I'm sharing about the experience I'm having, because it's not just my experience. there could be other people who may relate to certain experiences.
Yeah.
So I'm mindful of how that's packaged and presented, because I want it to be received, and I'm aware that there's things I'm working on, but there's also things that I'm like no longer working on, but just noticing, and maybe noticing around me, not even about me. And I want to say something more than just like, I'm depressed, I'm sad. Like, now I'm working through those things enough to know where the responsibility lies within myself, and what around me is affecting that. So like, there's something to speak to, because I know myself more. So I'm being more intentional about what I'm saying to the world.
Yeah.
And myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why. Makes sense. It's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people see it as such. Or
probably not.
But it is that. Like, either way,
Yeah.
even if you see it or not, like, that is what you're doing.
Yeah. I think
on your life.
Yeah, I don't think the point is for people to see it.
For other people to see it as you.
As how nuanced and layered and myopic sometimes I'm looking. Like, I don't think they're ever going to see all of that. But I think you can feel it if done right. And that's enough.
Yeah.
That's the point of the music, is to like move you and make you feel something. So that's always the goal. It's like, let me be intentional, not just with what I'm saying, but like how it's being said. And the sonics and whatever the fuck else. Like, the visual language, like so many things will be given to somebody so they can interpret things through their senses.
Right.
Yeah. That's the goal, at least.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
It's fire goal.
Literally, I'm just chilling right now. So like, you're good.
That's like you're kicking it.
Yeah, no, I am.
You ain't gotta lie to kick it. You ain't gotta lie to kick it, Gianni. You ain't gotta lie.
That's a good song. Yeah. Don't record it. I mean, you're recording, but don't put it out. I'm not. Yeah.
Dream conquer urge.
Bro, this shit is.
Dream conquer urge.
I feel like this shows the best of both worlds. Because it has the auto-tune shit, but I'm also spinning a little bit.
I fall down when the people you see it gets darker and darker,
Facts. Yeah, bro, because the video was cool, but being in Massachusetts.
Did you record anything up there?
Yeah, we made some music with an artist from there, Fresco, Finesse Fresco. We just mostly, bro, I remember I would just be there high as hell smoking in the workshop studio while Lucas is just DJing and cutting up crazy tracks.
His selection is wild.
Yeah, bro. He showed up, bro. There's a bunch of songs I still remember from that weekend. It was, bro, so interesting because, like, I've never been to Massachusetts.
Very unique experience.
Bro, I mean, it was a cabin kind of home, but he grew up in this home. Bro, like it was snow. It was like a blizzard. And in the room, you could hear, like, you feel the wind. Like, it's a old traditional, like, home that's, like, been there for years. Beautiful home.
Right.
Bro, they just eat bro, it was like fresh farmed eggs. His mom is like a herbalist, had just like marshmallow root, like real marshmallow root. Like, I told her I had like acid reflux, and she made a specific, it was like on some like a witch, yes, bro, and it was amazing. I was like, yo, I didn't know there was like it revealed a lot about the human.
Right.
And that was the best part of everything, aside from the video.
They say there's like nuts and grains and plants that can heal.
Bro, yeah.
Almost.
Bro, she had jars, just like jars and jars and jars of shit. All right, hold on. Dylan texted me. Hold up, because now we're cleaning. Okay, no problem.